guys, so you guys do not even want to know the dread I've been going through all morning. Okay, so my husband is working from home today, so I can't, he's in his office that's off the kitchen, so I can't be like fumbling around the kitchen and doing my video and okay, and annoying the hell out of him. So I've like filled a laundry basket up with some food products that I wanted to talk to you about. And yeah, so we're gonna do it in here. So this should be interesting. Anyways, so I was having like such a mental block today. I spent way too much time like in the bathroom doing my makeup, and I have so much freaking strobing going on, you guys, and eyeshadow. I look like I'm going to a freaking disco, and like a 1970s disco, not like a good one, like a gay disco, nothing like cool, okay? So anyways, this is gonna be major, you guys. So I wanted to start out by like talking about all the cool like little snack things that I eat throughout the day, because that's the really interesting things that I eat. But I thought, you know what, let's start them out right. I don't want to like jump around all over the place because I'll confuse the heck out of people. Let's start with breakfast, right? Because that's the start of a, you know, a nutritious, healthy day or something. Whatever. Okay, so let's talk about things that like a lot of people think are healthy, that they're eating every day, that you see like on TV commercials and whatnot, and you know, part of a balanced diet. Whatever. Okay, so when you see like on TV or in commercials, there's always, you know, the happy mom bringing over to the table, you know, a big, you know, pitcher. Who puts drinks in pitchers? A big pitcher of orange juice, and the milk's on the table. There's a big plate of, you know, eggs and bacon and toast. This looks like a well-rounded breakfast to some people. And then in reality, most people are like chugging down a sugar cereal really quick before they run out the door. Maybe they grab a muffin. Maybe they have a bowl of granola and they think they're being all healthy. Oh my God, you guys. Those are just like calorie-packed things that nobody should really be eating for breakfast. I mean, if you're a calorie counter, you're killing yourself right there. I mean, sure, there was a day when I would like not even bat an eye thinking, you know, one of those nice big juicy Starbucks like sausage muffins was like no big deal. Isn't that what people eat for breakfast, right? Right? People eat that. They're selling it. Okay, so let's talk about the things that you shouldn't be eating for breakfast. Now remember that old like 1960s food pyramid that showed like at the bottom the thing you're supposed to eat the most of was like bread and stuff? Like, hello, that's just bad, okay? Sure, you should be eating some carbohydrates for breakfast because carbohydrates give you energy, right? Well, they also pack on tons of calories that are like not the good kind. And a lot of the times they're full of sugars too. Muffins, cereal, granola, all this stuff. And granola, I'm sorry, everybody thinks that's like a health food. Granola is chock-a-block full of sugar mostly. Sugar and carbs together? Bad. Horrible. Okay, so let's talk about something that would be good to eat for breakfast that most people don't actually think about unless they think about it in the form of sausage or bacon. Protein. Protein makes you feel full and it makes you feel good. If you eat too many carbs at breakfast, you're not giving yourself energy, you're making yourself feel heavy and tired. And I know when I eat and I'm real full up, I want to take a nap. And how is that going to work if you need to actually go to work? So let's get to some of the things that I have eaten for breakfast that I find the most satisfying. Okay, protein. The best form of protein is eggs, you guys. I know, right? But here's the thing about eggs. As a calorie counter, there is one horrible thing about eggs, and that is the yolk. I know, right? This is going to be the weirdest thing to you guys, but depending on how you like your eggs, you're going to have to give up the yolk if you want to save on calories for breakfast. I know, this is hard. The yolk is just like this big ball of horrible fat. You would not believe the difference in calories an egg has when you take out the yolk. God, I wish I had my little calorie thing in here. It's been so long since I've eaten a whole egg, I don't even know what the calories are. I think it's over 100 calories, I know, for a single egg. But guess how many calories are in one egg white? It's like 10 or 15 calories. It's ridiculous, you guys. So, for breakfast, I usually have 2 egg whites. this is like, I have like lots of little mini meals throughout the day, so when I say breakfast, it's like my first breakfast, okay? So I get a frying pan out. Yeah, frying pan, big surprise. And I use spray extra virgin olive oil. It's organic, just like the eggs, okay? I'm not some kind of sicko. It's gotta be organic or it's not coming in the door. There are a few things that I don't eat organic, but that's just because I don't have them. Anyways, so like I was saying, egg whites are the way to go. If you don't know how to separate an egg, I'm sure there's like a YouTube video out there of some idiot showing you how to separate an egg. It's not that hard. It's very simple. It takes a few seconds. I know it's kind of a pain, but you're going to be saving so many calories you're not going to believe it, and you will get used to the taste of just egg whites. I promise you. So you could scramble up egg whites, but 2 egg whites scrambled up is like a little pile of egg that's like would fit in the palm of my hand. I'd be like, oh, that's not a very happy breakfast. Okay, so I fry my eggs just like you would a sunny side up egg, but there's no yolk in it. It's a sunny side up. So I just fry it. I call it an egg pancake. It's so cute. And I put salt and pepper on it and, you know, ta-da! Anyways, we're using the extra virgin olive oil spray sparingly, you guys, because this is still got, you know, it doesn't have calories in it, but I'm telling you, oil, it can be fattening, no matter what kind of oil it is. And I'm saying extra virgin olive oil because this is like the only vegetable oil you should be eating, okay? I'm just telling you. And you have got to avoid butter like the plague now that you're counting calories, because butter is like, you can barely have any of it and it's going to make your calorie count soar. Don't cook your vegetables in it. Don't put it on your bread. From now on, you're eating dry bread, okay? I'm telling you. You're going to thank me when you go and add up your calories and you find out that that little tablespoon of butter that you used while you're cooking or you put on your bread just destroyed your calorie count for the day. So, we started out with 2 egg whites. That was so satisfying. Alright, so before I was doing egg whites, I was kind of missing those, you know, like Starbucks Egg McMuffin looking things that I used to have. Well, I didn't have them all the time, but I just like, I had this thought in my head that I wanted sausage for breakfast, and I was like, I cannot have sausage for breakfast or I'm gonna, you know, be the size of a house. So I found these Boca Burgers. Now you have to be careful when shopping for these because there's different kinds of them and not all of them have the same calorie content. These, however, I don't know what it is. They're in the brown box, not the red box. What is the difference between the two? I can't even remember. These are the non-GMO soy. I think that might be the difference between the red and the brown box. But anyways, there's 90 calories in one of these things. Now my 2 egg whites, those are only like 35 calories, which, you know, is very minuscule. And so when I'm starting out my day with my egg whites, I'm having a coffee, I have those 2 egg whites, and then like a little bit later, I might have a piece of dry toast or whatnot, but that's 2 hours later I have that. But this will sometimes satisfies your appetite a little bit longer than the eggs if you're into this sort of thing. I mean, when you first taste this and you're like, this is like smoke flavored cardboard. But if you're like a sausage person, it might trick you for a few minutes. You might be like, oh, I'm having a sausage. No, no, it's a Boca Burger. But you know what? You put this in the microwave for a few seconds. It tells you how many. But anyways, it's a trick food. It's one of those foods that like you substitute for another food that kind of tastes like that food so that you don't feel like sad that you're missing that food. You're going to have to do this a lot in calorie counting. Finding foods that were like the foods you used to love, but they're not that food. The calories are so much less than that food you used to love. So these are 90 calories, and to me that's kind of a lot for breakfast, but okay, like I said before, I'm not a breakfast person, so I'm trying to use up as few calories while still putting something in my stomach first thing in the morning. You gotta be eating throughout the day. You gotta start first thing in the morning and start, because this gets your metabolism going, okay? Before, when you were thinking, oh, I'll just skip breakfast and lunch and then I'll eat food, whatever, if you do that, your body packs on the calories and holds on to every little bit of fat you give it because it thinks you're never going to feed it again. So if we're eating throughout the day, your metabolism, why can't I say that word? Okay, your metabolism, Your metabolism works for you. It sees that you're feeding it throughout the day, so it's like, oh, I better use up these calories because this person's feeding me and cares about me. Okay, so I used to eat Boca Burgers, now I eat egg whites. Okay, so another thing, and like a couple hours later, since I only spent 35 calories on that freaking egg white little pancake thing, now I'm all like happy about how many calories I saved. So I can have a piece of toast, right? So I really like my toast. I've always loved toast, but I usually like toast smothered in butter with like cinnamon sugar sprinkled all over it. Happy! Okay, but anyways, now I gotta be serious here. I'm an adult, I've got goals, I got things I want to achieve, okay? So this is the lowest calorie bread I've been able to find. It is Dave's Killer Bread. It is so killer, man. It is 60 calories and it's thin sliced. So these little pieces of bread, I'm going to show you. They're like little pieces of bread, you guys. They're not like that big loaf you have saying, I mean, look at this tiny little piece of bread. And it's kind of thin, but it's not like a disappointing amount of bread, right? So I throw that in the toaster, I toast it, and then when it comes out, I do nothing to it. I do nothing at all to it, okay? You get toast now, but you don't get butter. Right, no butter. Like I was talking about that 1960s food pyramid they used to show our parents in school. The only thing they got right about that food pyramid was at the very top, that little tiny part of the pyramid at the top that had sugar and butter and fat in it, and it said, you know, use sparingly. That was the only part that was right about that food pyramid. You need to avoid sugar and fat if you want to cut back on calories and you want to make your body happy and healthy. Okay, let me tell you something about sugar. Sugar is like your ex. Or like your friend that tells you look hot even though you really look like a hot mess and your dog doesn't even recognize you, okay? Sugar is a liar. That's right, a liar. Sugar tells your body that you're still hungry and you still want more sugar. And normally when you're eating something really sugary and yummy, you want more of that stuff. Oh baby, bring that cupcake on. But what happens? What happens is you don't feel like you're full until you've eaten so much of the food that's in, like, surrounding that sugar-packed thing that your stomach hurts. That's right, that's why so many people are like, oh, I ate too much sugar, now I feel sick. No, you just ate a bunch of crap that had sugar in it and now you're stuffed like a hog, okay? That's what happens. So anyways, if you want to make your toast taste kind of good, okay, let me give you a few hints here. You can get this jam. You can have a little bit of jam, a little bit. So like, I spread this on so thin, it doesn't even look like there's jam on the toast. I'm serious. Like, this is the jam. Why isn't it focusing? It needs me. Okay, this jam does not have sugar in it. It's simply fruit. Don't be fooled by jams that have aspartame in them or are diet jams or things that have fake sugars in them, because they're going to be even worse than sugar. They might say, oh, 0-calorie jam. Baloney. It doesn't exist, okay, you guys? So you're either getting fruit sweetened jams that have no sugar in them, or you're getting aspartame or some other horrible sugar that's worse than sugar. They make you fat, and we do not want that. So stay away from all that diet crap food that you see out there. Get all natural things. So you could have a little bit of this jam, and that would equal out to about, see, a tablespoon of this is 40 calories. This is way better for you than the sugar-filled jam. 40 calories, and I use like a quarter of a tablespoon, so I'm looking at like 10 calories. That's pretty good, and I'm still sweetening up my toast. Or another thing that I use all the time to sweeten things, and you wouldn't believe that it actually works, is cinnamon, y'all. Like, I don't know what it is. It's not even that sweet. Like if you put it on your finger and put it in your mouth, it doesn't taste sweet, but suddenly when you put it on things, it's like I'm having a piece of French toast all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. So like sprinkle this on your toast or whatever. Another thing that you can sparingly put onto your toast is almond butter. Now, let me tell you something about this. Peanut butter and almond butter can actually be a good diet food. They can. But you've got to eat barely any of it. The thing about it is it's got proteins in it that are satisfying for you, okay? But it's also high in fat. Now the reason why you see this in this little funny plastic tub is because I buy this straight from the grinder in the natural food department at the store. Now most natural foods departments or stores I've been in, they have the grinders right there. I haven't ever been into a natural food department that doesn't have one. But if you don't have a grinder, it's like this machine that has the almonds in it, and then you turn it on and then peanut butter or almond butter comes out of it. I'm sure you've seen one. I'm rambling on about something that's like so stupid and insane. Okay, so anyways, this is almond butter. It's a lot more expensive than peanut butter, but I just like it more and has more like health benefits. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the reason why I get it out of the grinder is because a lot of the times when it's put into a jar, sometimes people who produce these products add crap loads of palm oil, or they put some natural sugars or real sugar in it, and they totally destroy the whole purpose of this delicious nut butter. And this stuff, I love almond butter. Almond butter is just so delicious. So is peanut butter, but honestly, don't buy it if it's full of oils and sugars. You're just not even coming close to doing something good for yourself anymore. You're just doing something really horrible. So, and I will tell you this right now when I'm talking about almond butter, because this is one of my snack things that I have. I take like a half of a tablespoon of this, and I sprinkle it with peanut butter, or not, I sprinkle it with peanut, I take peanut butter and I sprinkle it with peanut butter. No, I take a tablespoon or a half tablespoon of this on a spoon, and I sprinkle it with cinnamon, and I eat that. You wouldn't believe how long that satisfies my like sweet craving that I'm having. It's weird. Like, really, I would like to have a, you know, like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but just having like a half of a tablespoon of peanut butter or almond butter with some cinnamon sprinkle on it is almost like I'm satisfying that craving. It's so weird. If you're like going really hardcore, I have done this before. I'll have like my eggs, and then look a little bit later, I'll start feeling like, you know, I need a little something. This is a miso paste. I got this at Nature's Grocers, but you can find this at most like health food kind of stores, or even I can even find this at Fred Meyer, I think. For most people in the US, I think that's like a Kroger store. I don't know. But anyways, it's a paste. You add it to hot water, and it kind of makes a miso soup sort of thing. This one's not the tastiest. I have packets of miso that are a little better, but they're higher in calories than this one is. This one, a serving, which is 2 teaspoons in water, is 20 calories. Like, I don't know, just because it tastes so much like chicken broth, kind of, is why it's kind of satisfying. It's like you're having a little bit of like breakfast soup. I don't know. So sometimes I do that. Of course, I'm always drinking tea or coffee or whatever during the morning, and this is really helpful to like keep you hydrated and feeling not thirsty, so you're not fooling yourself into thinking you're hungry. Okay, so I talked about no cereal. Cereal is just sugar and carbs. That's absolute crap. You shouldn't be having that for breakfast. No granola. No more of that healthy oatmeal you were eating that's full of brown sugar and syrup or whatever else that you're railroading your diet with. I avoid fruit most of the time because fruit is, how can I explain this? Fruit is just a giant sugar carb in reality. If you have to have sweet, like I showed you, you know, like the jam. Whoa, oh, that would hurt. Sometimes I will have an apple, you guys. I know I'm telling you not to eat fruit. Sounds like the most unhealthy thing, right? But again, my channel is not about being healthy and like getting on the road to a great start, okay? My channel and this little series is about getting thin. And fruit does not exactly spell out thin. This apple right here is full of sugar, and it equals out to a bunch of carbs that you will see when you're using your Fat Secret app. As soon as you put like an apple into your thing, your little carb wheel like just spins out of control, okay? It's weird. I try to avoid these. I would rather have some vegetables. Just saying. Like, but sometimes I have a little sweet attack and I have to have a piece of apple. Helps me out, and it's better than like binging on something sugary, because you cannot have like tablespoon after tablespoon of that almond butter, or like you're done for the day. You're done, okay? Now, part of the beauty of calorie counting that I may not have touched on yet is, the beauty of it is it works because you're always eating less calories than you burn just naturally during the day. And that's what you're going to find out on Fat Secret. You're going to enter how many hours you slept, and you could enter all kinds of things that you burn calories doing during the day. Showering is on there, standing, shopping, whatever calories you burn during the day, it'll give you an idea of what you burn, so you can be like, oh, I see how this works. The calories that you've allotted me, Fat Secret, is less than what I burn every day, so therefore I'm going to be getting thinner. Now, under this principle, you could totally just eat whatever you wanted as long as it stayed underneath that amount of calories, right? So you could have 2 ginormous cupcakes every day and you could still lose weight. It's true. You could eat whatever you want as long as you stay under that calorie count. You probably will lose weight, but it won't be satisfying and it won't last you all day. And at about 6 o'clock in the evening, you'll be like, oh my God, I had 2 cupcakes at breakfast. I was so happy, but now I'm so sad. And it's true. It's sad. So I'm going to show you some other things you should avoid that look like health food. Avoid stuff like this. Breakfast drinks. Don't ask me where this came from. Somebody who was staying with us left this at our house. I would never ever drink this. Full of sugar. It is only 130 calories, but like I was telling you before when we were talking about smoothies, this is not satisfying, okay? Some people think that this is a breakfast, but it's not. It's a liquid sugar and some dairy and some other crap and a whole crap ton of just chemicals that I've never even seen before in my life. Look at the list of ingredients in this thing. Look at this. It starts here and it ends here. This should be a good key telling you this is not something so healthy for you. And why would a chocolate drink have salt in it? It actually has salt in it, and something that starts with copper. Weird. Okay, stay away from crap like that. The more you shop in your like health food department, or even some of like the ethnic food departments, you're going to be better off than going and getting this weird stuff that most people consider diet food. Another thing that people think is like super healthy is the oatmeal, like I mentioned earlier. But most people, you know, they buy these little packets of oatmeal that look like this. And yes, I did eat these at one time. Why is there cat hair on everything in this house? Anyways, so these have 210 calories per packet in most of these. There's one that has 160, but again, these are full of sugar. And what are we doing when we're eating sugar? We're giving our body a message that we're going to be hungry again, and we're going to miss the sugar, and it's going to give us a real quick high, and then it's going to be gone, and we're going to be unhappy. What makes us happy longer, makes us feel fuller? Protein. There is not a good source of protein in this really, and again, sugar. So we want to avoid sugar and fats at breakfast time. They're not good for us. They don't give us long-term energy. Stay away from it. Again, when I'm talking about breakfast stuff, we're also talking about coffee, because everybody needs coffee at breakfast, alright? You might not be a coffee person, but if you are, remember black coffee. No sugar, no milk. You don't need to be adding sugar and fat straight up to your coffee. That is just so ignoramus, you guys. If you really cannot drink coffee without those things, think about maybe getting a caffeine pill. Caffeine pills are great if you take them correctly. You can still get that zing, but don't take them like too much at the first time, because they will make you feel sick as hell, okay? They will just like make you feel like your skin is crawling. No joke. But anyways, another benefit of like taking a caffeine pill instead of eating coffee is like, hello, it keeps your teeth from turning brown. That's kind of a benefit, right? I think that's kind of cool. But anyways, I think we covered breakfast so far, things to avoid. And just so you know, what I had for breakfast today was the 2 egg whites. I had a half of an apple 2 hours later. And I had some vegetables. I have a bowl of broccoli and cauliflower I cut up and is always in the refrigerator. I had like a cup of cauliflower today, and that's like one of my snack things. And I'll talk to you all about that box of broccoli and cauliflower later, but that's what I've eaten so far today, and I thought that I would share that with you. Breakfast is by far going to be the most boring topic, but anyways, I think I did it today. Yes! I was so going to avoid this video, I'm telling you guys. So anyways, find me at Facebook at Sasha Hartleb. Like this video if you found any information helpful whatsoever, like anything. Or and also subscribe because I want you to hang out with me some more. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming by. Bye.